Okay, so I'm going to, you can see there's just a lot of things I look at here. I'm not going to get into all these in too much detail because I would be here for 3 hours. But let's see how quick I can get through all this. And you can listen to this probably at 1.5 times the playback speed to get through it quicker, something like that. So, Google Business Profile. So, attributes. So what this is, let me just show you this. So if you go to get rid of that window cleaner near me. So with SEO, one of the things you want to do is you want to find out what the top results are doing, and then do those and kind of do. It's hard. It's kind of a vague thing to say, but do them better because Google is rewarding those top results for doing what it thinks is good. So you want to look at the top results for Windows cleaners near me, and I think this I have it set. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. So this one I don't think is an ad. So if you go here and you look at, let me click on it. What Google highlights as attributes that are important, and this one doesn't have any in it. Okay, let's go to the second one. It had it yesterday. I don't know what happened. Where'd they go? Let's go to the third one. Google a lot of times will highlight words in reviews that it thinks are important. Okay, here we go. Service, water. I mean, that's, you got to kind of use common sense, right? It's not a human doing it. It's AI. But the keywords that I saw come up over and over again were these. The main ones I would focus on would be quality, customer service, work, and experience. These are keywords I would use in multiple places on your website and also in your business description. And also, if you can help people write reviews, which a lot of people do because they get to know them pretty well, if you're comfortable with it, these are the keywords you'd want to include in those reviews, right? So that's a note. That's something we get to. Spammy competitor listing. So if it says no, this means you need to look at. Yes means everything's good. So it's kind of misleading. So you can see here, a way to get to the top of the rankings is to spam your keywords in your business listing. Glass cleaners instead of just your business name. So fish window cleaning, that's his real business name. This, glass cleaners, window, and pressure cleaning, is not his real business name. I think this is the one. You can see here, glass cleaners. This is obviously an SEO optimized site that isn't a real business. You can see putting the zip codes here, that's pretty SEO spammy. You can see he's just spamming the keywords, window cleaning, pressure washing. So there's no business name here. So, glass cleaning, windows, and pressure cleaning. So I would report this. Basically, you're just not allowing your competition to cheat. This one's going to be kind of weird because it doesn't really appear to have a business name. But I still would report this and have Google look at it, and maybe they can, disable the listing until they put the appropriate business name. But we'll see. This could be a lead generation website as well. So, but that's something I would look at. Okay, you are verified. That's good. There's no errors. That's good. Categories. So I think one thing you can look at is if you type in window cleaner near me, there's an extension here called Plepper. Whoops, let's go back to the Windows cleaners near me. And it's going to list the categories that are most commonly used by these companies. So you want to make sure you're using all these categories that are applicable. You probably don't want to use more than 5 or 6, but I don't think you were using, I'm not, just to not waste time, I'm not going to, here we go, Super Shine, let's shine. Let's just go here real quick, Super Shine. So you have window cleaning, screen repair, gutter cleaning. So if you also do pressure, we'd want to put that I wouldn't worry about service establishment. Well, we could do that. Anyway, so that's what that means. So that's something we'd work on as well. Business name. Your business name is, okay, it could be considered spammy. Let me see. I made a comment on that, I think. Yeah, caps lock. So what I would do, definitely, your business name has, let me close this. Super Shine window cleaning in caps lock. Let's just change that to, normal case. There's no duplicate addresses. That's good. This is actually good. You're in the location, your business number is good, there's no duplicates, your business name is good, service area. So the only thing, I would like to go and confirm these service areas with you. Another thing you could do you could actually do counties, like entire counties. You could do zip codes, right? You could do all these things. So if you don't want to put all these cities, let's say Coconut Creek, Plantation, and Boca Raton are all in the same county. Now, if this is right, if this is good, then we don't need to worry about it. So let's just make sure we verify that. Hours, are your hours correct? They look like they're correct because you're not a business, right? So you're doing the right thing. You're not putting in an address here. You're a service area business. Now, the downside is one of the main ranking factors for local SEO is proximity. Since you don't have a physical address, you're not going to be, if somebody next door searches for window cleaning, you're not going to show up because you don't have that location. So ideally, you want a physical location, so that's going to ding you a little bit in the rankings. But if you don't have it, you don't have it, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So just keep that in mind. Website URL doesn't have HTTPS. HTTP, no big deal, but it's redirecting, so I'd put HTTPS there. Okay, you're not doing products. Services, so you want to make sure you're not using all the appropriate keywords, and you want to put your geo information in here, like at least Florida. And this sentence doesn't really read well at all. Regular window cleaning schedule increases the life of your home windows function, appearance. See, it seems messed up. So this is something I would want to go back and read these, and let's see if we can get some better keywords in there. And the other thing you want to do is mention, Fort Lauderdale area, something like that. So these are things that we'd want to optimize as well. Now you also need to have corresponding for every service you have here. You need to have corresponding landing pages for each of your services on your homepage. Because if somebody searches for skylight cleaning, if that's not mentioned, I don't think it's on your homepage anywhere. Yeah, so Google doesn't know you do skylight cleaning just using your web page alone. And you're more likely to rank for skylight cleaning if you have a dedicated skylight cleaning page. Now, there's a whole process for doing this, but one way you could find out, or skylight, is it skylight? I guess that's a thing. Let me go back and look and see what it says. It is skylight cleaning, okay. So what you would do is go look at the top ranking results and see what their content looks like. And let's look at their keywords. And these are the keywords we'd want to focus on. You can see this is a pretty good piece of content. It's a little short, but it's pretty good. So we'd want to do that as well. So you can see it's just a lot of work. You're using Wix, I think, or is it? I don't remember which one. I would just redesign the whole thing in WordPress. But that's, it's kind of a costly endeavor. Is that the right word? Endeavor. That's what that is. Attributes. So you don't have your attributes filled out. Go to info. I would set an appointment link as well here. Let me pause it real quick. Okay, and then we went to the attributes here. So what attributes do you have? Are you a black-owned, Asian-owned? There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Appointment required. LGBTQ friendly. I'm sure you are LGBTQ friendly, so that's something you'd want to put on there. Online estimates, etc., etc. So that's something you'd want to do. Opening date, make sure it's correct. Business info so your business info, it's actually, if I remember correctly, it's pretty good. But there's something, use what Google gives you. If Google gives you 750 characters, you want to get close to it. 654 is pretty good, but I'd like to get up to like 720 or 730. You do mention your services. This is good, gutter cleaning, holiday lighting. But whatever's here, you need to make sure you sync it up with what's on the web page and also in your services listing. And you didn't put location information. So it's pretty good, but it needs to be optimized more. Let me close that. Something else I'm working on. Okay, Google Posts. So this is something you'd want to do as much as possible. You could just do like promotions, you know what I mean? If you have blog posts are really big, but it's just very, very time consuming. So this is just, you could put promotions in here. Even if you could do it like once a week or once every 2 weeks, put a post here. And any of this stuff you want more detailed information on, let me know. But as you can see, it's just a lot of stuff, so we're not going to get into too much in depth on any one of these. Okay, reviews. So reviews are really, really important. Right now, you don't have any reviews, which isn't good. So reviews are really, really important. The best way to get a review is ask for a review. The best way, and there's a whole email template I can send you, or a text message template I can send you, to start getting reviews. Reviews are one of the more important. Most people read reviews. Okay, I had to pause it, and I'm back. Most people look at reviews. I think it's like 90 or 80% of people look at reviews before deciding to do business with a service company. So this is all really, really important. So there's a whole process for this. It's something we need to get started, and it also helps your ranking as well. And there's all kinds of methods to get reviews. If you have coworkers, the best way to get them to get reviews is to give them, like $10 for every review they get, or a $15 gift card, or whatever it might be, because they are critical. We can get into all this a lot more. Use messages. I don't know what this is, so we'll get rid of that. Messages. You want to allow people to message you from Google. So when they search for your business name, there will be a little icon up there that says Messages Now. You may have that enabled. I don't know. Maybe okay, I'm not sure if you have that or not, but that's something we'd want to do as well. Video. So I think videos and photos, you have really good photos, but the photos that for companies like this that people like to see, and you have this one really good video of you working, which people like to see. People like to see the people they're working with, and they like to see for stuff like this before and after. So this is a good photo. I like that you're showing the houses you're working on, but what I would want to see, and I know just as somebody that does this professionally and as just somebody browsing for window cleaning services, I would want to see in before and after. And that's the kind of stuff that sticks out. And these before and after things are the things that you would post to social media. Like the only one I would focus on really, I mean, you could do Instagram or Pinterest, but it's kind of just a waste of time. It is a ranking signal, social media, we think. So it's something that I would at least do to Facebook. To get some kind of signaling out there. I wouldn't really mess with Twitter too much. I mean, you could do it, but you're probably not going to get a lot of business from Twitter. But it's a signal. It makes sense. If somebody's researching you, they're going to see you're active on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. That's all real good, right? And we think it's a signal that Google rewards, a ranking signal that Google rewards companies that are active on social media. Can't prove that, but it seems to be the case. Don't worry about the Google website. Your users is good. This is just users within. You don't have extra users in Google Business Profile. Questions. So if we go to Supershine and we go to your listing here, see how yours doesn't have any reviews? It's something I'd have to think. I'm going to say this without qualification. Let me say it this way. Reviews is a critical ranking factor for local SEO. So what you can see here, it's because I'm managing your entry. Let's do this. Let's open it up here, and we're going to click on it. And what I like to do is be the first to ask a question. This is where you put your frequently asked questions. In any FAQ that's here, you want to make sure you put this on your web page as well. When you're listing your service as well, you want to also put the FAQs below each service and get a lot of those keywords in there, right? Again, I know this is probably a lot, but this is how you do it. I mean, this is a long, long process. A lot of people come into SEO thinking it's something you can move a few keywords around, create a few pages, and you're done. This whole process takes months and months and months. On average, between 3 and 8 months, right? It just depends. So that's what that is. And PA means you could get the questions from people also ask, which is something we could get into. Well, I'll just show you. So if you search for, Google comes up with people also ask right here. How much does it cost to get windows cleaned? So this is a question you'd want to put on your website. What is the best way to clean my windows, et cetera, right? So this is something stuff you'd all want to take into account. Okay, Screaming Frog. So your site structure. So Screaming Frog is a site scanner, a site spider, indexed. So you have a bunch of. So this is not good. You have a bunch. So this is what Screaming Frog shows as the pages on your site, That's accurate. However, if you do, let me go back and get the URL. I think it's my Supershine. Let's see. Go Supershine. But if you do the domain like this, and you don't have to do the HTTP. I normally just do it like this. This is gonna show you what Google has indexed for your website. So you have a pricing. You can see Go Supershine pricing. You have a careers. You have a FAQ. But if you click on it, these pages don't exist. So we have a lot of pages here that don't exist that need to be cleaned up. So we need to figure out why that is. It's going to be really hard to rank in Google with just a home page. You have to have those service pages. You often have to have location pages. So at a minimum, you'd want to have list a service, gutter cleaning. Then in the service page, you'd want to list all the areas that you service: Fort Lauderdale, Miami Beach, whatever it is. Ideally, you'd want to have a landing page for every city that you serve. Now, you could start off by just doing the top 3 and see how it works. And if that starts paying off, you could invest, because it's going to cost money to get all these done, and get the other ones created. You could even start off just by creating the main one, Fort Lauderdale. So you'd want to have independent service pages listing areas we serve, and then then definitely a main service page for your main area. And you just may not want to invest in creating those other geographical landing pages until you see results coming back from this initial landing page. Okay? This is good. Broken links. It's not WordPress, so I can't use a broken link checker. I would redo the entire site in WordPress, right? I really would. But that's just me. So basically, I can't check internally for broken links. There's ways you can check with broken links from... Let me just see something real quick. I don't remember... See if I can figure this out real quick. Okay, you're Shopify, right? So there's got to be a way to check broken links in Shopify. Right now, you don't have any content, so there's no broken links. So your URLs, you want to have the keywords and the geo information in the URL. So for your gutter cleaning page, you don't want it to say page 123. You want it to say gutter cleaning Florida. Same thing with page titles. You want it to be very similar. With keywords. Meta descriptions, very similar. You're not using meta keywords, which is good. You want to have, this is a good heading for this H1, although this isn't an H1, I don't believe. So H1 means it's, the biggest header. I think that's an actual H2, or maybe it's not even anything. Let's go back and look. I don't remember. Oh, you need to change, see these, you don't have a favicon here. I don't think I mentioned that. This favicon up here, you need to have that. You could set that to like a big S or something. So you can see there's a lot to work on. So you can see you don't have any, this should be an H1. And then I would like to probably see all of your others. You'd want to list all of your services on your home page. Is this yours? This isn't yours. And those could be H2s possibly. This could be an H2, but this needs to be an H1, right? And you're taking up a lot of screen real estate. I would probably move this up a little bit. Perhaps we'd have to look at it. And then you need a call to action right here above the fold. Above the fold means above the bottom of the screen. So you have this contact here, but I would have a button right here that says contact us now, or set up free consultation or something. Okay, I didn't check this. I should have checked this. I would make this phone number clickable. I also would have this number up here needs to be clickable. Right here. No links, anchor text, no big deal. Canonicals, you're good. Images aren't SEO optimized, meaning you want your images to have relevant file names, and you want them to be 875K for an image is really big. I'll just show you. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing, but let me just show you how small I can get it. So this is near a meg right now. So this should be something. This should be called Fort Lauderdale Window Cleaning Service dot whatever. So it is. Oh, it's WebP already. Interesting. Why is it so big? Okay, that's bigger than it should be, but let's do this. Okay, so you can see the quality is still good. The quality of the image itself. If we change the quality down to, probably get it, usually get things to down to about 20 and it looks good. We've got it down to 220K, but if we actually change it to a more realistic image size, because we don't need it. This is at 32% scaled. If we do it to 100, this is why it's so big actually. We don't need the image to be that big, so what we would do is resize it. And we'd change this to what? 500 maybe? That's still even pretty big. Let's just do 500. Let's just be conservative. And we would save as. And we would call it whatever. And we got it down to 35K. So we've got it from a meg to 35K. That's from a performance point of view. And performance affects SEO, right? So that's that. Okay, moving along. So we're about a third of the way done. We're at 20 minutes. Okay, hopefully we can get this in under an hour. You don't have any thin content, so we don't worry about that. Your domain history looks good. You're not using multiple domains. This is just when I'm doing competitive research. We're not going to worry about that. Match competitors' top pages. So you don't have any pages. So basically what this means is you'd want to look at your competition and see what pages they have. Find out what pages they're ranking good for. And you want to make sure you have those pages on your website. You don't have any content. Google category check. We can't check anything. You don't have the geo landing pages that I discussed. You're not Google guaranteed. That's something you'd want to look into. It's a month. I think it's a year. I don't know if it's a yearly fee or a monthly fee. It puts a Google guaranteed badge on your listing. It's something you'd want to look into. It provides insurance and stuff like that. It's something that it just gives people more trust. Domain age. Your website is really new. It's okay. So this is a document I created called process called. Whoops. I'll make a note of this here. I don't know why that's broken. And that's something we could... I have a YouTube video on it. It's just basically a way to create good optimized content. So your domain's new. I mean, Google is still probably... You've only had this website for 3 months. So Google's still trying to figure out, is this a trustworthy website? So it's just going to... If all things are equal, and let's say you created this website 3 months ago and another company created its website 10 years ago, they're naturally just going to rank higher than you. So this is something that's just all going to take time. You don't have any backlinks. The favicon, I just discussed that there. Your forfeit page looks good. You have robots.txt that looks good. Nothing's being blocked. Okay, actually there is something that's concerning to me. So robots.txt tells spiders what to index and what not to index. See, it's not allowing blogs. So if you did have a blog, we'd want to make sure we find out why this is being blocked. I can understand why cart, orders, all this stuff's being blocked, but that's a strange one to block. Policy, I can understand that. Anyway, something we would need to keep in mind. Security, I do security audits for WordPress. So, and I even have a plugin that I give you. It's a premium plugin that I pay an agency license for, but since you're not WordPress, I can't give it to you. Performance, it looks pretty good, but again, that's something that I can't give you the plugin I use because you're not using WordPress. Service page performance, you don't have any service pages, can't do that. It is mobile friendly, so you're good. No blog content. Basically, this means in your content, your blog content, you want to make sure you mention your services and link to them. You don't have any blog content, so that's not there. You're not on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, so that's something we'd want to... I mean, it's hard these days with TikTok. It used to be a lot easier, but there's so many people doing, like, you could do, like, window cleaning tips or something. That's a way to get a following. I probably wouldn't waste time on it. Lawyers do it and doctors do it pretty good. Facebook would be the main thing. Configuring Open Graph, so when you share your content to social media, it looks a lot better. YouTube would be cool. And how you find out what to put on YouTube is you just... People like a day in the life of a window cleaner. So, I would just do... and see what pops up. You'd be surprised. Learn to wash windows with the S-Tech. This is something I would do. So this is window cleaning venture. So this is probably a company. You think this might be, okay, that might get like 5 people looking at it. 14 million views. So this builds really, really good brand exposure.
I'm going to teach you guys.
especially if you created a window cleaning video and somebody from Fort Lauderdale searched for window cleaner, yours is more prone to show up because you're in Florida, right? Let's give him a like. Okay, moving along. YouTube video, other social, optimize. Yep. So we want to make sure we get you in all the other directories, Yelp, Foursquare. My mind just went blank, but all the local directories, we want to make sure you're in there. We can't do a Moz local scan because you don't have an address. Citation. So these are just the local directories. So we went over. You don't have the service landing pages as we've discussed. We don't have the service. All the services on the home page mentioned with the blurb as we discussed. I would like to have pages for also the categories if they're different from the services. Want to make sure you have those as well. See what we got here. Okay, we're getting to the end. Good. We're at 25 minutes. Okay. Sometimes it's helpful to have a things to do in the city page just because it helps build a geographical relevance. And then you list like, the Fort Lauderdale Museum, the Fort Lauderdale Racetrack. It's kind of spammy, but sometimes it helps. It's something we might push later if you decided you want me to help out on this. It helps. It's just building that geographical relevance and hammering into Google where you're at. It sounds kind of spammy, and it kind of is, but a lot of times it works. Using bullet points on. So this is just ways to optimize the page. That's good. So these are ways just to optimize the page, which we can get into. But since we don't have landing pages, there's nothing I could really check. Footer, links to landing pages from content pages, external links. External links are good. Call to action above the fold. Whenever that, you don't have that. Proper keyword density. You don't want to use the keywords too much because it'll be considered spammy. Any awards, membership, certifications, media mentions, all that stuff you want to put on the homepage. No case studies. That doesn't even make sense for you. Testimonials are really big. Before and after pictures with the testimonials is really big. Put the socials on the website. Basically, this means we could check for best window cleaners near me. And something we could get into. Phone number on the top right corner. Is it clickable? That's something that you don't have done. Contact in the contact info in the footer. I don't think you had that. You can see your website just isn't done either. You can see here, it looks like somebody started putting it together, then just stopped. So it's not, it looks very old, and it's something I would definitely want to give a facelift to. Okay, you do have these here. Interesting. Totally missed these. But when you click screen, this needs to go to a screen cleaning landing page. I do like that you have the prices here. That's what people are looking for. Gutter cleaning, this is good, because on this gutter cleaning page, you want to go to a top result and look at it's a really good keywording opportunity, because let's say somebody searches for townhouse gutter cleaning. See, there's a lot of different. See, look at this. Critter gutter cleaning, or that doesn't even make sense, but you want to make sure you get all the possible keywords people could use, not all the possible ones, but a lot of the top ones people could use. You want to make sure you get that on your page. So you can just kind of mimic these ones that are ranking really well, right? So all this stuff, it's just very, very time consuming. It's something I would do for sure. And you don't have to do all of it at the beginning. You can do like we can do some of this work at the beginning. And once you see it starts paying off, then you can use some of that money to invest back into the SEO work. Want to put the address in the footer. You don't have one, so we can't do that. Areas we serve in footer, that's putting the cities and all that stuff in the footer. You want to do that. You want to have an About Us page, and you do, let's see, I think it's down at the bottom. But you can see here it's blank. Now, what I find very effective is not just an About page, but, and this of course needs to go up here, a Why Us page. Because if I search for window cleaner, Fort Lauderdale, all the companies are going to kind of seem the same. They're all going to have pictures of somebody cleaning a window and, maybe have pricing information, like this is a good picture. But what makes you different? We need to emphasize that in a Why Us page. At a minimum, you need to have a Why Us section on the home page. Legal pages, you need to have disclaimers, all that stuff. Are you using stock images? I don't think you are, but I think so that's something that's good. You're using, this should be over here. You're doing pretty good images. What are the benefits of using your service? That's more for like, toothpaste and stuff like that, but it's something you could mention. You want to put on your homepage, find us on Yelp, etc., etc. Put your hours on your homepage, your FAQ on your homepage. Put the map to your location on your website. That's probably not applicable because you don't have an address. You don't have schema implemented. You can give away a free ebook or something, but I mean, at this point, that's overkill. Put a guaranteed badge on your website. So these are all just little things. They all add up. Add prices. You do have that, which I overlooked. Okay, we went over the site domain issues. You have those issues where those pages are listed, but they are not showing up. Referral bonuses are good. I would set up a Google alert, so anytime your company's mentioned, you get an email alert for it. If you don't track what's happening, you don't know if what you're doing is working or not. So you'd want to set up goals and conversions in Google Analytics so we can track and make sure the work we're putting in is actually paying off results. Are you in Google Search Console? I don't think you are, which maybe you are, but it's the dashboard for Google Search. You want to make sure you're in there. This is all Google Search Console stuff. Are you in? Remember, don't forget about Bing. Bing is a search engine. You need to have your business listed in Bing places. Yahoo Local, Apple Maps. These two international search engines don't seem like a lot, but I get about 1% of my traffic from international search engines. So this is mainly going to take place for your content, not necessarily for people in China looking for somebody to clean their windows in, some city in China. But this is a 10-minute thing, and it's something that can be done really quickly. And you never know. Website, you want to make sure your website's monitored to make sure that it's up. Your HTTP does redirect to HTTPS. www does redirect to non-www. You're not using branded anchors. Now, thing I would do is UserBob. UserBob is basically you get people to look at your website and review it. And you can do for like $1 each for 1 minute each. So that's something I definitely want to do. You want to get feedback on what people think about your site. And you also want to see how other people see your site. Are they looking at it and it looks broken? A lot of times you will see that because they're using a totally different web browser than you. Inspectlet is a tool I would put on my website. This allows you to... UserBob is people come to your website and they record their session. You can listen to them talking out loud. Inspectlet is a tool you can put on your site that just allows you to view people on your website, and you can see them navigating around, and you can see where people are clicking and where people are not clicking. For a service like you, I definitely would have live chat. I don't know how to do that in Shopify, but in WordPress, there's a free solution for that. Google Ads, is that something you want to do? It's something to look into. Make sure we're tracking results. I don't think you're tracking results. And so this is kind of a framework for my plan. Oh, okay, here's a video going over my plan, if you want to watch it. But make sure that's it. But let me see, I'll give you... Let me pause it real quick. Okay, so this is basically, it depends on all of the things that I found in the audit, but it's basically a 6-month plan to do all this stuff. Month 1, we're going to do this. Month 2, we're going to do this. Month 3, we're going to do all this stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff, some of this stuff isn't applicable to you because you don't need it, or maybe you already have it done, but I just want to show you the kind of stuff we'll do. And we just check these off one by one over a 6-month period. And I do this for $500 per month for 6 months. And then after the 6th month, what I do is I take I would set up Google Analytics to where if I generate a lead, I would take 10% of that sale, to keep me around. Now, after the 6th month, if you don't want me around, then that's totally up to you. But basically you wouldn't be paying me unless I can prove that I brought that sale in. So in my mind, it's a win-win. I used to keep charging $500 a month, but I find more of my clients like to not pay me unless I bring them business. So that's from 6 months on. Now, sometimes this can take 3 months. Sometimes it can take 8 months. It just really, really depends. And also for that, an extra fee, I can also do a lot. I can monitor certain things like performance and security and keep WordPress up to date, whatever. So that's something we can discuss. So if this sounds interesting, so at a minimum, hopefully this gave you some insight into what's going on. If there's something you want to work, if this sounds interesting to you, definitely let me know, and hopefully we'll work together. So I hope this helped, and we'll talk to you soon, hopefully. See ya.